Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackoutBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole King, DL, Lauren Foray, Grim Clover, Internet Blood Sports, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. Now that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is out, now that Live Alive is out, now that, all sorts of things are out, Fire Emblem Three Hopes, can we all agree that the people complaining about Nintendo Switch anime games, games like Xenoblade, games like Fire Emblem, I suppose games like 13 Sentinels because that was a port, games like Trails of Cold Steel, games like Dragon Quest Builders, games like basically anything that doesn't fit the mold of like Nintendo developed first party title, right? The Mario's, the Zeldas, the Metroid, stuff like that. Can we all agree that these people have no real influence when it comes to like how well these games actually do? Because looking back on the past couple of weeks, looking back on like Three Hopes discussion, looking back especially on Xenoblade Chronicles 3 discussion, it felt like whenever I saw talk about these games online, I was told that like nobody's looking forward to these, nobody wanted this. This summer is really dry. Nintendo really let us down. There are no games to play. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here with like struggling to get through all the games I purchased recently, right? I bought Tormented Souls. I only just recently finished Neon White, which was great, by the way. I'm playing looking into getting like all sorts of things. Like I'm playing Live Alive, I'm playing 13 Sentinels, I'm playing like Fire Emblem Three Hopes, I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which I'm actually enjoying far more than I think any Xenoblade Chronicles game before it. Um, and I'm a big hardline like hater of Xenoblade, right? Like I hated the original Xenoblade. I didn't pay attention to like the naysayers at all. All right, like I looked at the footage for these games, decided I wanted to try them, and went ahead and did that, and then like formed my own experience, formed my own opinions. And I think the vast majority of the audience are doing the exact same thing. I'm seeing people like spam the Metacritic scores with like zeros and stuff like that. Terrible story. I'm seeing people make angry YouTube videos, and I don't think I'm seeing like passive aggressive YouTube comments. I'm seeing a lot of stuff like that, but it doesn't feel like it's leaving a real impact because people like me, people like the Xenoblade community, people like the Fire Emblem Helps Three Hopes community, we're all busy playing our games. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of my view on the online discussion forum as it stands today. Is that you basically have the haters and their never-ending crusade against people who are just enjoying their shit. Because I'm probably not going to go up to bat for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I'm not going to try and argue it's better than Elden Ring because I never played Elden Ring or stuff like that. I imagine there are a lot of people who are dismissive of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or are trying to say it's inferior to like the last couple of games. And I really don't think that's fair or reasonable even. I'm getting increasingly disgruntled with like these kinds of people just aggressively going after every single new Nintendo game. Like I saw people go after Legends Arceus. I saw people go after Nintendo Switch Sports. I saw people go after Mario Strikers. I've seen people go after Fire Emblem Three Hopes, and now I'm seeing people going after Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And I, I I really wonder. It really does feel like these people, the pretendos, the haters, they're basically just talking to a brick wall because none of their complaints are really sticking. People are like trying to find something to hold against Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and still haven't settled on a narrative yet. The censorship debacle kind of fell apart. Like there's nothing wrong with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, but if you look at the discussion online, you really do get the impression that there is a group of people who legitimately believe there is something very, very wrong. But the thing is, these are a vocal minority. They're not important in any way, shape, or form. They don't dictate what gets sold or what gets made or what Nintendo should do next. Like these are a vocal minority of people who are angry at the game they wanted to get announced, didn't get announced in favor of this. And that is a mindset that really needs to stop. I got sick of seeing people bitch about not seeing Breath of the Wild 2. Like I got sick of people complaining about Splatoon 3. I got sick of people like complaining about Nintendo Switch Sports. in Pokemon and all of this stuff. Like I'm sick of it, right? Nintendo fans, I should say, really need to start like addressing this real serious issue in which people who clearly, obviously, don't play the games they bitch about seem to have control of the narrative leading up until launch. It's not until the games are actually out that Nintendo fans can start like freely discussing the game and like what it does well and stuff like that, how it plays. It's not this this community is toxic, and more people need to understand that.